Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey here on Daybreak. I have got two great guests in studio for me right now talking about National Grilling Month and some big upcoming events here in the local community. I am happy to have Tom and Michael from Smoke and Moe's. Morning, guys.
Pleasure to be here, Jeff.
Thanks for coming on the air to me. Today with me, we got some big things to talk about. Let's start out first with Smoke and Moe's, 203 West Railroad. You guys been there about 5 years now. How are things going? And tell me about this raw bar that you got going on.
Things are going great. It's been a really neat move coming back into town. Raw bar was an idea when Miss Zen at the other end of the block retired. Mm-hmm. We realized there wasn't a place in town to get a shucked oyster, so Mo kind of had the idea. We had Larry Nutt from Oyster Catchers come in and help us kind of build our raw bar in, and then we brought in Michael Ping, who formerly was with Hama Hama, as our oyster shucker extraordinaire.
So we were talking, Mike, about this, and you do have a lot of great experience with Hama Hama. What's it been like working with Tom here at the raw bar?
It's been great. It's been fun. Part of the appeal for me coming here to Moe's when Tom approached me with this idea after I had left Hama Hama from moving back to Olympia and being no longer able to commit to that commute. Tom came to me with this idea of starting the raw bar, and I already had a relationship with them from being a customer and appreciate how involved they are with the community and sort of the same ethics and approach that I had come from. So
perfect fit.
It was a good fit for me, and it's the atmosphere, vibes, everybody's fun. It's a chill spot. We have a joke where we call the upstairs bars the bro zone.
The
bro zone layer. We bro it up with the oysters. So yeah, it's fun. It's been great. It's been a good transition and starting something that was an appeal and beginning something new.
Yeah.
And kind of starting from the ground up and building something.
So how do you decide? Is it a change on the menu each week? Every day, is there something new? How do you get the information in, and how do you decide? We tried some of these a little bit ago, and they are delicious. How do you even decide what you're going to serve to folks?
We try and kind of spread it around to local farms. Okay. I think we've done a majority of our Pacifics, or all of our Pacifics, come from Oyster Catchers, which is a relatively new outfit run by Larry Nutt. We've also had a long-standing relationship with Hama Hama for the last 7 years, and also Taylor Shellfish.
Sure.
So we changed the oyster menu weekly. I think this week what we tried today were Pacifics from Deer Harbor, from Oyster Catchers, and then from Hama Hama we had Fjordlux and a new oyster from them called a Daybob Seagull.
And they were all good.
Yeah, they were delicious. And that was exciting because that was a brand new oyster to me as well. So it's always fun when I get a new oyster that I haven't tried.
Yeah. So you have to, I mean, that's a tough job, I guess. You got to try the oysters. You got to be able to describe them to folks who come in. Typical day, about how many of these things you shucking?
It depends. It picks up on the weekends. We'll usually sell out. We do anywhere from, a couple dozen to 6, 8, 10 dozen a day on
people coming
weekdays,
on.
And it continues to pick up as word gets out. It's still a relatively new venture.
Sure. Coming up on tomorrow, Thursday, is the Business Expo by the Shelton. Last year, you guys shut down that whole road there on 2nd. You guys doing that again? Yeah,
it'll be shut down again this year. I think Mo's putting together a menu tomorrow. I think we're going to do our jalapeno hush puppies, and as well as one of our appetizer favorites, what we call a bootleg shrimp.
Okay.
It's a bootleg barbecue sauce that's made with Heritage Distilling's brown sugar bourbon.
Nice.
Definitely a crowd favorite, and I think something not everybody's been exposed to yet. So
big crowds again too coming up for Labor Day, your barbecue cookout block party, right?
Yeah, September 2nd, the 4th annual, which is a benefit for the host program, which we, consecutively we've almost doubled the amount that we've raised, and I think this year we had somebody come along and offered to match anything that we raise up to $5,000. So it'll be a lot of fun. Hales Ales will be involved this year again. They'll bring down the double-decker bus from Bremerton, and then obviously we'll have music there and an amateur barbecue cook-off.
So are folks still able to sign up for this, or you need tasters, People's Choice Awards, stuff like that?
Well, we will take signups for the competition up until the week of the event.
Okay.
You can stop in at the bar or at the restaurant anytime and grab the information that you need, or send us a message through Facebook or our website at smokingmows.com to get that information.
Smokingmows.com there, also facebook.com/smokingmows, and you can connect with them there. All right, it is National Grillin' Month, so I need some oyster grilling tips. What do I need? Obviously, I can't compete with you guys, but what should I have in my home repertoire to put forth some nice oysters for folks? What do you got to have? Temperature on the barbecue? Is it charcoal? Is it gas? Is it a smoker? What's the best?
It's always charcoal's always best.
Okay.
But you need a grill. Oysters. You want some bigger size, like we call them mediums or trucker size at Hama Hama, about 4-year-old oysters. So you don't want the little suckers to be, that meat would just shrink to nothing. So
Okay.
you want a pretty good hefty oyster. The best way, my favorite way to do it, is to just put them cup side down on the grill, a medium heat. After about 6 minutes or so, they'll steam themselves, or they'll pop open.
Okay.
When
so
they're ready, they cook
anything,
themselves in
they'll
their
do it.
own juices.
Okay.
And that they saturate in their own oyster liquor in the barbecue, and that's where they get the most flavor when they develop, when they cook. It's kind of like they steam themselves inside the shell.
And then what do you put on top?
And
Just
then,
based on whatever people like, or?
Yeah, whatever you prefer. You can do some just simple garlic butter, or little cream, little cheese, some little bacon crumbles.
Ooh.
I'll give a
What?
I give a plug up there to Hama Hama. They have a recipe that they perfected. They do a chipotle bourbon butter
Wow.
that they sell at the store up there, which is
Great
just
day. It
killer.
was fantastic.
Fantastic.
I'll definitely stop by and get some of that.
And
Okay.
so if you prefer another way, you can shuck them beforehand. It's a more labor-intensive way. You take the top shell off. You don't have to worry about cutting the bottom adductor muscle and detaching it from the shell. That'll just cook itself off. But
Really?
you can shuck them and put them on the grill with the butter in them already.
Okay.
And then that'll cook and kind of caramelize. So that's another way to do it.
So charcoal because it's not a gas smell from the propane, or just because it's charcoal?
I feel like charcoal always gives a better flavor.
Charcoal,
Especially good hardwood lump charcoal.
yeah. Get the flavor from the charcoal. Definitely.
Very nice. Oh, that's good tips. Very good tips. All right, we have got two great guests, and they're talking about all sorts of things on this National Grilling Month with the Business Expo Bite of Shelton happening tomorrow. You definitely want to stop by Smokin' Mo's. Again, 203 West Railroad is the front there, the door there, but second, all throughout the day of the Business Expo will be open. Tom, Mike, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Interject one more
Yes.
just safety tip.
Yes, please.
It's always safety first when you're grilling oysters. Sometimes the shells, when they heat, they can explode and send off shrapnel of shells. If you want so safety goggles.
Safety goggles. Do you put the lid on the
gloves? Are
on
good.
barbecue?
Tongs, because they get pretty hot, especially when you're popping them open. Sometimes the liquor, the brine heats up, and I've definitely burned myself on oyster juice on
Good
several
tip.
occasions. So.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you. Good tip.